Chapter 14, Prasadam. We tried to understand Vic's thinking and try to keep an open mind. We hope that not shutting him down totally will keep a dialogue going that will eventually lead to a way back. So Linda and I agreed to go with Vic to the PB temple for a ceremony that included a free meal. We parked on a little side street, walked to the temple, and took off our shoes at the door. Linda, that's you, wasn't too happy about going barefoot because she's a little germophobic and was worried about someone taking her expensive shoes.
Germophobic.
We sat on the floor as far from the center of activities as possible. Sitting on the floor wasn't all that easy and made me cranky before too long. After the singing and dancing was done, the TV was wheeled out for a brief presentation. I felt oddly like I was at a uncomfortable timeshare pitch. The show was presented by a group called the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON as they called themselves. The pitch was riddled with faulty logic, pathetic cows ostensibly afraid of being eaten, and monsters disguised as everyday American citizens. Finally, we got to the point, to the eating. Vic sat between us and took turns whispering to us comments about the proceedings. The food was called Prasadam, which noted that it was special because it was prepared by pure devotees and was first offered to Krishna himself. The food was Indian style, but completely vegetarian. No such thing as tandoori chicken here. Despite some familiarity with Indian food, the flavors were foreign to my tongue. I know curry, but in an Americanized version. Plus, there were many other exotic spices. They mixed many vegetables together, using cauliflower way more than I would expect. Often the food was deep fried, certainly not normally considered a helpful option. Food service was not like a restaurant, in which the finished plates were brought out and presented to you. Nor was it like a buffet, where you go and fill up on whatever catches your fancy. We were seated, still on the floor, at long tables arranged in rows. Several devotees carried vats of food and roamed the aisles. They glance your way as they pass. If you nod just right, you can get served a portion. A ladle full of whatever was fetched from the vat and slopped on your plate, conjuring up images in my mind of Uncle John slopping the hogs back on the farm in Missouri. But the biggest shock was a complete absence of eating utensils. Chopsticks would have been welcome. All we had were fingers and naan. Naan is a pita-like flatbread that tastes fine on its own. Experts at the feast use naan to pick up their food. The motion they used was very similar to how you pick up your dog's poop after your morning walk.
It's true.
Now imagine that your dog has a digestive problem. Linda and I were neither adept nor motivated. Best we could manage was a shovel-like motion. The deep-fried items suddenly looked pretty inviting. Despite these difficulties, though, the food was enjoyable, especially the samosas. I like samosas. Feeding the poor is a time-honored tradition religions use to acquire new members. It is also a very successful technique. As I looked around, I saw many young people. To my eyes, they appeared mostly homeless and helpless. A hot meal like this one had to be good for them. And the HKs could talk to them all they want while they eat. Brilliant. And garlic-free.